Hey guys, welcome back. So recently I've been really excited about some of the new drugstore releases. So I bought some things off of Amazon. I bought some things off of Wet n Wild's website. I think those were the only two places that I ended up ordering things. I have used most of these products already, so I can kind of give you a little mini review. The first thing that I'm going to put on my face, and I'm really excited to try, is this Wet n Wild Prime Focus Clingy Serum Primer. I did kind of swatch this on the back of my hand before I started filming this video, and it does feel like a really thick texture. It's like sometimes with these type of grippy ish primers, they can kind of mix with my sunscreen and just be a little bit weird. So I think that's why sometimes I don't like these. As you can see, it's kind of getting a little white with my sunscreen. On the back of my hand, it wasn't seeming as sticky as it is on the face. It says that it has 5% niacinamide in it. It comes in a glass bottle. I like that it has a pump. This is the first time that I'm using this product, so I don't really have a review on that. So I'll have to use that a little bit more. But first impression was, it is kind of similar to Power Grip. Once it dries down, it doesn't feel quite as sticky. It doesn't have a scent. It feels moisturizing. And I do like the packaging. So the next thing that I ordered was the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint, and I ended up picking up shade 110 Warm. I was unsure what shade to get of this, so I was just looking online, and sometimes it's always so hard to figure out your shade online. It comes with a pump. I really like the packaging on this. I think it looks really pretty. I love the color scheme. This does have a little less than a regular foundation. I did notice it has 0.84 fluid ounces, and most foundations come standard 1 fluid ounce. So I thought that was interesting, and this was a little expensive, I felt, for what this product is. It's very runny, as you can see. It has a pearl type of base in this, so it kind of reminds me of the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, but this does have a little bit more coverage than that product. So I have some here on the back of my hand. I just dotted some on my face there to get what I had on my finger off. And I'm just applying this with my dampened Paw makeup sponge that I got from Amazon. So I'll have all the products today linked down below, and the makeup tools that I'm using. So I have used this a few times, and I do really like the way this looks when I first apply it. And you can build this up to a medium coverage. It's very glowy, very illuminating. It does dry down, and it doesn't get matte or anything. It stays luminous, but it doesn't feel super greasy on the face, or at least the times that I've used it, I didn't feel like it felt greasy. I felt like it dried down and set up well. So since it does that, you would think that it would have really great lasting power, but I find that throughout the day it tends to kind of break up around my mouth and nose. So I don't know, I'm still kind of testing this out and trying it with different things to see, maybe I just haven't found that combination yet that really makes this foundation last. Oh my gosh, I just realized how bad this is interacting with the primer. It looks terrible. Oh my god. Can you see that? Where it's getting all patchy and weird? Look at it around my nose. Okay, so maybe this Wet n Wild Clingy primer is not good for this. I don't know, maybe it's the combination of this with the sunscreen and that. So I'm gonna wash this off and reapply this real quick and show you what it looks like. Hopefully, I haven't had that issue with this foundation any other time, so it's got to be this primer. So let's redo, and I'll be back. So here is round 2 with the foundation. And as you can see, it is very glowy and dewy. It definitely applied the way that it has in the past this time that I applied it. So it was definitely, this primer did not mix well with that foundation and my sunscreen. But yeah, so this foundation is extremely illuminating, and it just has like a light leaning medium coverage if you go in with like a second layer. Like, I kind of built it up a little bit. I asked you guys like what new drugstore makeup should I pick up and test out for you guys, and one of you said that you wanted to see some reviews on the Revlon Glimmer Concealer. I got the correcting concealer and the brightening concealer. This is in shade 135, the brightening concealer, and the correcting concealer is in 115. This one is a little too dark for me at the moment, but this one in 135 is perfect with the shade right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put this on. Like, I have only used this one other time, and I do feel like it did a good job of brightening, but this concealer is definitely more of a lighter coverage concealer. It's not full coverage, so even though it is brightening, I felt like I could still kind of see hollowness in my under eyes. So I don't know, like maybe I need to kind of play around with this. Maybe it was just that day. You know how things are. Sometimes you just need to play around with them a little bit before you can get like a good opinion on things. But it is really illuminating. I'm gonna go in with a second layer of it and see if maybe if I layer it up, if it has a little bit more coverage, and see if it like settles into fine lines or anything. Okay, yeah, it seems like it's setting okay there on my under eye. It doesn't look like it's settling into fine lines, at least not at the moment. But here's the difference between the eyes. I should have also done like a side by side with the foundation, but so it does brighten. Like, as you can see, my eye looks a little dark, and like here it looks brighter. I definitely don't hate this concealer. It's just not a full coverage type of concealer. A little bit more thin on the consistency. I do like how illuminating it is. And I do find this shade to be a good shade for me. It is more of a yellow toned concealer. And today I'm filming so late in the day, like it is 4:30 p.m. So I'm not going to be able to do a wear test today, but what I'm thinking of doing is tomorrow, before I go to work, I want to do this exact same makeup look and do a wear test for you guys. So I will have a wear test at the end of this video, just showing how the products wore for somewhere between, well, it probably will be like 9 or 10 hours because I work for 8. So the next thing that I saw on the Wet n Wild's website that I was interested to try out is their PhotoFocus loose setting powder, and this is in the shade Soft Pink. And I've actually never used their regular PhotoFocus loose setting powder, and I know that that is like a holy grail for a lot of people. I find that sometimes with these pink setting powders, they can just be, I don't know, a little too pinky for me, because like I said, my undertone of my skin is more yellow. So sometimes I just find that it just doesn't look right on me. So I don't know if you can kind of see what I'm talking about, like how that just looks really pink on my under eye. Maybe I need to play around with it a little bit more. Like, what do you guys think? Like, this is the side with the powder, without. Do you feel like it's too pink toned on me, or do you think it looks okay? Maybe I'm just not used to these pink toned powders. I know they're very popular right now. I am just gonna go ahead and set with just like one of my other setting powders. I'm not gonna put this pink all over my face because it's definitely not gonna look right, but I do like the finish of the powder, so I'll have to try just like the regular one that's not pink, because I know that they have, I think, some other shades, like, you know, regular skin tone shades. So I'll have to try that out. I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Rimmel Stay Matte to set the rest of my face. I'm going to take this foundation off of my lips and just apply a lip conditioner. I'm just using the Vaseline Rosy Lips. Have you guys tried out any of these new products that I've tested out so far? Like, what are your thoughts on them? Do you like them? Do you not like them? For the brows, I saw this on the Wet n Wild website. This is the Mega Stay Extreme Hold Brow Gel. And does this remind you of the Maybelline one? I feel like they are trying to dupe the Maybelline. I don't know why, but it's just giving me the Super Lock vibes, even though it's not like the same color. I feel like the colors that they used are very like Maybelline colors. Like, don't you think? So I want to see if this is kind of similar to this. I might do this on one eyebrow and the Maybelline on the other. We can just kind of see if they're similar or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows real quick with my NYX Micro Brow. Ooh, man, this seems really like gloopy. Like, I can't tell if it's supposed to have like a... I feel like this is supposed to have like a little stopper or something that would pull some of the excess product off. Like, why is it so gloopy? I really don't think it's supposed to be like this. Did I get a faulty one? Okay, I'm just gonna try to wipe this excess off. I feel like something is wrong with the packaging on this one. It shouldn't be like this. Wow. I mean, if it is supposed to be like this is not good. I was trying to see if like maybe something got stuck up in the cap, but I don't see anything. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush through my eyebrows. Okay, this definitely seems really sticky, really glue-like. Definitely seems to be holding the brow hairs up. So I'm gonna do Maybelline Super Lock. The Wet n Wild one and this Maybelline one basically feels the same. It's just like, obviously the Maybelline one isn't as gloopy. I don't know if that's a word or not. That one, I don't know. I don't know why the packaging's like that. Have any of you guys tried that? Or have you seen anybody else review it? Has it been like that for them? That is just so weird. Well, I like the finished look of it. And it, like I said, it feels, I mean, I feel like it might feel a little bit more hairspray-like, the Wet n Wild one, as opposed to the Maybelline. But it could just be because I had so much product on this that it really laid a lot of product down on my eyebrows. So Wet n Wild, what happened here? I feel like it missed its quality check. I went ahead and did my bronzer and my eyeshadow off camera just because I don't have a new bronzer to share with you guys or like eyeshadow products. I have used this a few times, but the Revlon Glimmer Blush Drops, and the shade that I picked up was in Coralicious. And now, whenever I was testing this out, you know, for the first time, I was like, how in the heck do you get these drops out? Like, I was trying to squeeze it. And then I realized that on the back here, there's like a little button. And you're supposed to press that, and then the blush is supposed to come out. So I just try to press it just a little bit and then just like touch it to the back of my hand there, because a little bit of this stuff goes such a long way. I'll just kind of blend it out here on the back of my hand like that, and then I will take a, let's actually use the Real Techniques blush brush. I don't really recommend dotting this on and trying to blend it out, just because it is so pigmented and then it sets up super quick that it's hard to get it blended out before it dries. So I don't know. I mean, I do like the color of it, like once you can get it on the face, but since it's not like the most user friendly, I'm kind of on the fence about this too. Like, I just wish that it would not dry so fast. Like, you know, with like the e.l.f. camo blushes and a lot of like the other liquid blushes that are out on the market, they're just so much easier to work with. And even like my method of putting it on the back of my hand and blending it out, like sometimes it doesn't always blend out the most even, just because of the fact that it does dry down so quickly. I mean, I liked the fact that Revlon is trying to come out with some more like innovative or more relevant type of products, because I feel like for the longest time Revlon hadn't really released anything new that was exciting except for some of their complexion things like the Luminance Serum Tint Foundation. The next thing that I got, and I know so many people have been raving about this, this is the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace Highlighter Stick, and I picked up the shade Glassy Pearl. Like, the person that made me want to get this was Allie Glines. Like, she was raving about this. I will say that I have went to apply this directly to the face and it just erased my blush off, because this is kind of more of like an oil sort of base. So I find really the best way to apply this, and I still have some of that blush on my finger from blending out the blush, is to get it on your fingers like this and then just tap it on. And I find that this way it doesn't disturb like your powders as much. I mean, it is really pretty though. It definitely gives you like that glass highlight where, you know, it's undetectable, like there's no powdery look to it whatsoever. So I do like that, but you just have to be a little cautious about how you use it. And maybe it depends on like the products that you're using. You know, like if you're using a lot of powdery type of products, it definitely has a tendency to, you know, remove those. But like, look at that. This is probably one of my very favorite things out of what I ordered out of these new products. So I do recommend this. I do really like this one. I got the super lustrous like glimmer gloss, and I picked up the shade Glazed Almond. And then on, like, I saw on Amazon that these pencils, or maybe it was on Revlon's website, I don't remember, that these like lip pencils are supposed to go with the products. And I was trying to figure out what shade to get in these, and these are supposed to be like multi-use pencils that you can use it as like shading lip liners, you can use it to do contouring, you can use them as eyeliner. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Multi Liner, and I got the shade in Off-Roading and As Is, which honestly I thought that As Is was going to be a little bit warmer than what it is. I mean, I guess it is kind of warm, but it's just like straight up brown and I don't really know what I was expecting. Off-Roading is a little bit more of like a warm sort of terracotta color, which I find to be a little bit more flattering, at least on my lips, than the brown. I mean, I haven't used the brown one on my lips. I will admit I'm kind of scared to just use straight brown liner on my lips. So let me take off this lip conditioner. So like I said, this is in the color As Is. So it glides on really easily. And actually, now that this is on my lips, it's not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be. It has like a little smudger on the other side. But yeah, the little brush, you can kind of fade it in a little bit. I know that this type of lip liner look is really in right now, so I'll just leave it like that to show you with the gloss, because it's meant to be like that with the gloss. So like I said, the color of the gloss I got was in Glazed Almond, which is a really pretty color. I really like the color of this. And normally I am not into these glittery type of glosses because they leave glitters behind, and this one does leave glitters behind, but for some reason it hasn't bothered me. Maybe I've just become more okay with glittery lips, I don't know. But that looks really pretty paired with that. And then if you didn't really like the lip line look, you could always fill it in. But I think that shade is really pretty. I love this gloss. This is another one of my favorites. It doesn't feel like sticky. It feels really moisturizing. I wouldn't say that it's like extremely long wearing, but I mean, it lasts for a couple of hours. Easy to reapply. I love the shade of this. And then I'm going to take this off and I'll show you what it looks like with Off-Roading. So that's what it looks like with Off-Roading. So I do feel like it's like a bit more wearable for me with that lip liner with the gloss. So you'll have to let me know like which lip liner you liked better with the gloss. Another new thing on Wet n Wild's website that I saw were these Wet n Wild Perfect Pouts lip liner stains. And I thought that these seemed really interesting. I like the CoverGirl Outlast lip stains, so I wanted to try these out because I thought they might be kind of similar. So I ended up picking up the shades in Nude Tights and Spilled Wine. So I think I'm gonna do the nude one, and the applicator on this is interesting. Like, it's kind of flat, like if you can see there, it's like this and then flat. And the tip does seem really saturated with product. I kind of smush my lips because I don't really want to fill it in all the way, because I'm going to use like another gloss type of product. But yeah, this nude one is actually pretty dark, as you can see there. I don't know, maybe there's different ways that you could apply it where it wouldn't be as dark. Let's go ahead and I'm going to apply this gloss over top of this. I picked up one of the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil, and I got the shade in Worth It, which is like a nudie pink color. And it's really gonna be hard to see anything with this Wet n Wild lip stain. I don't really know if I'm a fan of this lip stain. It is just way too dark. I'm gonna see if I can kind of take this off. Maybe with this lip oil it'll help to break it down. Yeah, I mean, that is really on there, so it definitely does stain, and pretty quickly. I might just have to fill it in all the way because I can't really get it off. So it definitely lasts. I mean, it's kind of like the CoverGirl one where it's just like not applying the most even, and I feel like because this is more intense, it's more obvious. I'm gonna do my trick and just go over top of that with the Maybelline Moon Lifter Gloss, because that will help to lighten this down a little bit. So yeah, that is a very dark, intense color. I wouldn't say that this is nude. Really not liking this lip color, and I wish I hadn't have filled it in. I'm gonna try my best to get it off, and I'll be back. Alright, so I really scrubbed and scrubbed to get that off, but it's still not coming off. But I do like the color a little bit better now. And I just went over top of it with the Nivea lip care stuff in Blackberry, because I feel like that color is very similar to this. Another product that I picked up is this L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist, and this is supposed to have 30-hour wear. This stuff looks like hairspray, right? Like, I usually use the Sexy Hair Big Spray and Play, and I swear this looks like that, right? And it honestly kind of feels like hairspray when you spray it on. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and mist it on my face before I do like my mascara. So it honestly feels like hairspray going on your face, and it kind of smells like hairspray. Whenever I come back here at the end to do the wear test on everything tomorrow, we'll test this out and see if it does help this foundation, because this foundation, like I said, it doesn't really wear the best. So I'm hoping maybe paired with this, it will help things to last. And then the last products that I picked up were 2 mascaras. I thought what we would do is I would apply the Revlon to this eye over here, and then we would do the L'Oreal to this other eye, and just kind of compare the formulas and see, you know, how similar or different they are. So this Revlon Color Stay Full Time has a rubberized brush. It's a little like curved there. So I'm just gonna apply a coat of this, and then I'll switch off and do the L'Oreal one. This on the lower. And I remember the day that I used this Revlon mascara, I didn't have any issues with flaking or transferring, like smudging or anything. Well, I guess we're doing 2 coats. So I do find that this mascara has like good length and volume, honestly, and the brush doesn't feel like super pokey or anything like that, even though it's rubbery. Okay, and then this is the L'Oreal. I mean, if you saw my other video, you probably saw the mascara wand. So it's also a rubberized brush. This one is not curved, but yeah, I think like the main difference between this L'Oreal and the Revlon is the L'Oreal one puts down more product at once compared to the Revlon one. So it might be just like a tad more volumizing, just like right off like the first coat of it. Because this, I have like 2 coats of the Revlon, and this is 1 coat of the L'Oreal, and it looks about the same there. So I think the Revlon is maybe slightly a little bit more natural, and this L'Oreal one feels maybe slightly a little bit more wet on the formula, and that could just be because the brush has more products on it. So here are both of the mascaras. I really don't think you can tell much of a difference. They look very similar on. I really like both of these mascaras. I like the way it makes my lashes look. I find them separating and volumizing. So both of these mascaras are a winner for me. Okay, so this is the next day, and I'm gonna show you guys what this L'Oreal Plump Ambition in Worth It looks like. I went ahead and lined my lips with the L'Oreal. This is the color Riche in the shade Worth It. So let's put this on top, since I didn't get to show you this yesterday. So that's what it looks like over the lip line, or the lip liner. I really like this. It doesn't really feel like it has a tingle to me. Like, it just feels like a little minty on the lips. But yeah, I really like this product. But I went ahead and redid my makeup the same as yesterday, except for on my brows. I did just use the Wet n Wild Mega Stay like on both eyebrows, and also the little thing was stuck up in the cap. I just couldn't tell because like the cap was all dark, you know, and this is also black. So yeah, it was just missing this little thing. So yeah. I figured it was missing that because it just didn't make sense. So yeah, it definitely helps things not to be clumpy, but it is a little bit more like stringy and more glue-like compared to the Maybelline one. And then the only other thing that I changed up from yesterday is I tried to use the Wet n Wild pink powder again, or the soft pink powder. I just don't like this on me. I think just the shade just does not work. My undertone is way too yellow. So I went over top of it with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in Fair, and I feel like that looks so much better. So I just don't think pink powders work on my under eye area. I need like a really light yellow, or you know, something more like this to brighten. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, and I just did this mascara on both of my lashes this time, because I know yesterday I was kind of showing you both of these in action. But let's go ahead and mist my face with the L'Oreal setting spray. That way we can see how it's holding up with the foundation and also the concealer. Just to show you guys the time, it is 6:41 a.m. Just to show you guys what everything is currently looking like with the skin. So I will see you guys later on this afternoon. All right, guys, I am done working and I'm finally home. It is 4:17 p.m. So yeah, just made it home from work and I wanted to do an update on this foundation. I didn't get a chance to film a midday update, but I hope you can see like on camera, like around my chin and like mouth area, like how it's kind of worn off and looks a little bit textured in those areas there. This is what I'm saying, like how it breaks down around my mouth like that. I do think that this setting spray helped it to last actually just a little bit better, but this stuff will make your skin feel tight, like you sprayed hairspray on it. So I'll have to maybe try this with some other foundations and see if I feel differently. I don't know. I'm just like not impressed by this foundation. I really thought I was gonna like this, especially in the winter, but I would say skip on this. It is not worth the price, and I feel like there's a lot of other better products out there that are similar to this. So yeah, don't recommend this. And honestly, like with the concealer, it's not like the worst concealer ever, but even with setting it, I do feel like it kind of wore off. Like it doesn't have the highest coverage. So if you're one of those people that you do need a concealer that is going to cover and correct dark under eye circles, I don't think this concealer will do it for you. Now, if you have like maybe, you know, slightly dark under eyes or you don't have much to cover, like when I was in my 20s and early 30s, this probably would have been a favorite concealer of mine. But like now, it's just not doing it for me. The things that I did like was the L'Oreal Lumi Glass. Like as you can see, that is still on my cheekbones and it looks beautiful. So I do really like this. The blush drops, like as you can see, they're still on. So these are good in the sense of they last once you get the blush on, but it is hard to work with. I feel like you do kind of waste a lot of product, though I feel like these would probably last you a good while. So I don't know, if you're really experienced with these cream blushes, you might like this. So it's not terrible, just I don't know, there is a learning curve. The Wet n Wild Mega Stay, this stuff does like glue your brows down. Like as you can see, like my brows are still looking pretty good. I did kind of notice that this brow over here looked a little like flaky slightly. So I'm going to have to use this a little bit more, but this definitely glues your brows down more than the Maybelline one even. And I do really like this mascara. This is the mascara that I used today. I think this still looks beautiful. I like the Paradise Big Deal mascara. I love the lip products that I showed you guys. I think those are winners. That is my review on these products. So some good things, some not so great things. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what are some other products that you'd like to see me review. I will see you all in the next one, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.